Hey guys, it's Tana. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a quick haul with you, show you the last of or the last purchase I made right before I went on vacation. And excuse me if I seem a little out of it. This is actually the first video and voiceover I've edited and done since I came back from vacation. What you could call a vacation, I guess, technically. So this first set here is Exotic Tulips by Altenew. I've played around with this a little bit since I got it, but I haven't made any cards with it yet. So I'm sure you'll see that in an upcoming video. And I also bought the gold, is it Gold Lux or Golden Lux Nouveau Dream Drops. And very slowly but surely I'm completing my collection of those. And I picked up a fourth color of Stone Drops, Plum Slate. So now I have the blue, the green, the purple, and the white so far. And then I also started, notice I say started, my re-anchor collection for my Catherine Pooler inks. So I now have all of the Catherine Pooler inks. I just need to start investing in the re-anchors. So here's the last of the inks that I needed. The two browns over Coffee Ink Sandcastle, Suede Shoes, Sugared Lavender, Mandarin Spice and It's a Boy, Daydream and It's a Girl, Skylight and Samba, Mint to Be and Coral Cabana, Eucalyptus and Limoncello, Green Tea and Be Mine, Sweet 16 and all that jazz, and then Midnight up there. I left that for last because that is an archival ink, so it's a permanent ink. You can use it with alcohol markers and whatnot, and out of all her colors that's the only one that's permanent like that and does not react with water. So moving on, I'm going to show you how to make 3 different birthday cards, or any type of card you want really, but mine were for the 3 birthdays coming up besides mine and Riley's. And I took that daisy sunflower looking flower from the fairy kit from Hero Arts. You can use any flower you want. Now, I did a lot of stamping and masking and coloring in this video, and I did not show it all. I did want to pay particular attention to this card because it was a lot of stamping and a lot of masking, and it's important for 2 reasons, which I will shortly show you. So yes, I have a video that needs to go out still that I have sitting up in my YouTube studio. If you just saw that picture off to the side there, that was a picture of my sister and I. Lindsay was asking me if she could use it for her project, and all those little crumbled up post-its there, that took me, I had to cut out all my masks twice because Jack's got a hold of the first 7 that I cut out and crumpled it all up and stuck them in his monster truck bus. So yeah, that was fun. So there's a look at that completed card front, and we'll come back to it. Now I'm working on the second card front. I did the 4 corners first and then just filled in the sides. I just wanted it to be a border around this one. Now, before I forget, I want to tell you that that first card panel was done on Bristol Smooth, and I stamped it with VersaFine Onyx Black ink because I'm going to use colored pencils on those. Yes, I broke out my colored pencils. I have not used them in a while. This panel here was done, I stamped it on Nina 110 pound and stamped it out with my Altenew crisp black ink because I'm going to use alcohol markers on them. So here I show you a little bit. I tried going backwards from the way I normally color and colored it, filled it in with my lightest color, and then went over it with the darkest and then the second darkest and went over it again with my lightest. I don't like doing it that way. I'm already a heavy colorer as it is when it comes to alcohol markers, and for me to do it that way backwards from the way I normally do, it seems like I lay down even more ink than I usually do. So talking about videos, I had a video up and ready to put out in case I needed an extra one while I was on vacation. Excuse me 1 second. Something's itching my ear. So I did not publish it for you guys to see yet because I didn't do the description. So just ignore how I'm talking about Dorian and my vacation because that's already passed and over and done with. So here I am showing you, I just showed you the beginning of the coloring and the end. Like I said, until I am still reading through that manual for my editing app to see if I can actually show you fast forward coloring, and hopefully we'll know that soon. So here I am showing you the start of my colored pencils. Now with this I do fill in the lightest. This is how I normally color with colored pencils. And then I go in my second darkest and my darkest color, and then I go over it again lightly with my lightest color and then blend it with the Gamsol, as you'll be able to see in a minute. And I will tell you, excuse me, you're going to see a copic sketch marker pop out on this card panel, and that's because I bought it empty and added liquid Gamsol to it to use as blending for my colored pencils. You can see a blender there off to my right, one of the Prismacolor ones, but it's just so much harder work. And I don't like a lot of hard work. It makes me not want to do certain techniques again if I'm putting that much effort into it. And I mean, not to sound like I'm lazy, because I'm not, but when you're still learning, it just becomes something that deters you from wanting to continue with it. Now, as I said, this was a lot of coloring and stamping and masking for this video, so I'm just going to show you that, and then we're going to jump to the end of that panel. So there I show you that I filled the empty marker with Gamsol and finished up that last flower for you guys. And now comes another mistake, another reason for me showing you the involvement of every piece of work that went into that card front, because here I am lining it up, because of course you know when you use colored pencils your black lines disappear. Now here I am getting all up in front of the camera because I want to make sure that it's lined up correctly. I did that for every single flower on this card, and I'm using some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And the first two flowers came out fantastic. The two of the flowers, two or three out of all the flowers you see on there, looked like I double stamped them, like I did not line them up correctly. So the green one up top, and then the red one off to the left side there in the middle, and down at the bottom. And I really hope you guys did not just hear him swearing in the background. He's online gaming, and I can't afford to wait to do my voiceovers. So anyway, back to the card. I do end up giving you guys a bonus third card. Originally this video was going to be for two, because I didn't like my double stamping on the outlines of the first card panel. I do still use it for my cards because not every handmade card is perfect, and I am giving these to friends. But I try to detract away from the background and make the sentiment the focal point by making it nice and shiny and kind of up top over that green one at the top there, that yellowish green flower. That's the one that's the most noticeable, and I think it's because the color is so light. So I just put that one on a black card base, popped it up on foam tape, and I'm pretty sure that I popped this up on double foam tape. It was either this one or the next one. It was popped up on double foam tape, but it's not technically double foam tape because it's that cheap thin stuff from Amazon. So I guess it technically equaled one layer of like Scotch foam tape. So this sentiment I cut out myself on my brother's Scan and Cut, because I don't have a sentiment die that says happy birthday or anything like that. I used pink foil cardstock and then 3 layers of regular cardstock underneath it, and just glued it onto the front of my card panel with some art glitter glue. Now the second card, that border, I wanted it to be nice and white in the middle so I could put a nice sentiment. So I took the Many Mandalas stamp set from Concord and Ninth, and then I took Lawn Fawn stamp set, the Happy stamp set, and just took the little A out of there because I needed an A. And I'm pretty sure this says wishing you a happy birthday. And I kind of offset them just to fill in the center of that card, and because I wanted it to look kind of whimsical because the A doesn't really look like it belongs, but it's all by itself, so I didn't think that was a big deal. And I do not show it on here, but I ended up writing an 18th because it's an 18th birthday card right next to that purple flower off to the right with two big arrows. So I did it on purpose, if you know what I mean. I wanted them to know I did it on purpose, so I just hand wrote it in there. So I used some VersaFine Clear Warm Breeze ink and then went over it with some clear embossing powder to make that a nice shiny sentiment. And heating it up kind of bent my card panel a little. This is where I used the double foam tape. So I put foam tape on the back and I used double. And once I adhere that to the card front, it's going to straighten right out. I'm using a white card base for this one, and it's just the Joanne Fabrics Park Lane 110-pound white cardstock. That's what I use for my white card bases now, and it's got a tiny black mat right behind the picture. Just some thin black cardstock. And I did put insides on all of my cards, guys, because they're being given to people. Now this is the third card where I decided, okay, well, I'm not exactly happy with the way the first one turned out, so I decided to do a third card for you guys. So this isn't going to be the complete card front. We're just going to do that center flower is like the only one that's completely on top of the rest. And then the rest of them I put, lopsided this way and that. And it's just from that middle flower and then diagonally down to the left corner. And I did something a little different with this card, and I really like the way it looks. There is no color to the daisies themselves. I just used some gray copics. I varied in colors from C00, C0, C2, C4, and then down in the flowers that had a lot of shade from other flowers above them. And down, as you got down towards the bottom of the card, I used a little bit of C6. And then the only thing on that card that had color is this word celebrate, which is a piece of like pinkish mauve glitter cardstock from Simon Says Stamp, and 3 layers of cardstock behind it to make it pop up a little, give it dimension. And then the center of these flowers as well. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of how I shaded in those daisy petals. And I just skip here and there just to show you, like, see, I told you I would be drawing a blank. Just show you, like, transgression. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Of, just, oh my God, you guys, I can't believe, I'm going to remember it, and then I'm going to put it on a little pop-up panel for you guys to read. Anyway, progression. Oh, there it is, you guys, progression. I just wanted you to see the progression of the way I colored the flowers. Now you see down towards the bottom how those are darker because they're, the way I stamped them out, it makes it seem like those are the ones that are covered by the most shade. And then the center of the flowers, I'm going to use my new Nouveau alcohol markers, the Misty Mauves, I think they were called. I used all three, 435, 434, and 432. So it was lilac gray and wild thistle and then violet breeze. And that's what I did the centers of the daisies in. And this really does look like more of a daisy flower to me than it does a sunflower or anything else. And as soon as I got this kit, that was one of my favorite stamps. And that stamp set is probably something I'll keep forever. I really love the images in that stamp set. So I'm just filling those in with the lightest color now. And then we're going to pop that onto a fog card base, a Simon Says Stamp fog card base, with just some double-sided tape. It's going to be flat to the card base. And I did have a couple smudges up towards the top, so I used my sand eraser and just got rid of those. Then we're going to use the Lawn Fawn glue tube and adhere the word celebrate kind of in the center, but off towards the right of the card itself, or the card front. And I think inside of this card, I think I put wishing you an awesome day, or hope your day is awesome. I did put some Nouveau Gray Mist. I think it's Gray Mist. It'll be listed below in the description box. Jewel drops on very tiny, tiny drops, kind of to look like dew on various petals across the card front. And then I just take my block off of the word celebrate and show you guys the cards. I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 cards. I hope this video wasn't too long. We'll have some special videos and an announcement coming up soon, next week. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and definitely the notification button, because there will be a giveaway coming up this month, and there's a giveaway at least one every month. I will see you guys again in the next video. Enjoy the cards, and bye-bye for now, guys. Oh, and remind me to tell you next time about my vacation. Bye-bye.